Hello everyone, it's Annie and a little bit of a different setup today. It's freezing out, it's Christmas Eve, I have my tea, and I was just watching a bunch of anticipated release videos, and I said to myself, I have been wanting to make this video and I haven't had the time, and I'm sitting here, so why not make this video? So I'm going to do it in a little bit of a different format. Let me know if you like it. I'm going to go through Goodreads. I have all my anticipated releases for January, February, and March up on Goodreads, and we're going to go through them together. So let's go. Okay, so the first one is Song of Silver, Flame Like Night, which is, I believe, a debut. It is the first book in a new epic fantasy series, which is YA fantasy, which I am kind of moving past a little bit, but this one just looks awesome. The cover looks absolutely stunning. I mean, look at this dragon. I have to read that just because of the dragon. And this is based on the ancient mythology and folklore of China. So very, very interesting. I have not read this synopsis. So it's set in a fallen kingdom where one girl, Lan, carries the key to discovering the secrets of her nation's past and unleashing the demons that sleep at its heart. That sounds fun. Okay. Once Lan had a different name, now she goes by the one the Atlantean colonizers gave her when they invaded her kingdom, killed her mother, and outlawed her people's magic. So we're gonna have a girl fighting colonizers, which we love. She spends her night as a song girl in Hakgong, a city transformed by the conquerors, and her day is scavenging for what she can find of the past. Anything to understand the strange mark burned into her arm by her mother in her last act before she died. The mark is mysterious, an untranslatable hidden character, and no one but Lan can see it. Until the night a boy appears at her tea house and saves her life. Okay, I'm not going to read any more because I don't want to spoil it for myself. It does seemingly hint at a romance, which I don't know. I don't usually like YA fantasy with romances, but of course most of them do have romances, but we'll see. I do have an arc of this on NetGalley, and it comes out January 3rd. I have not read my arc yet, but I will do my best. Alright, now this one I'm very excited about. This is Sapphic. It is the first in a duology called The Daughters of Izdihar by Hadir Elspai, and this is inspired by modern Egyptian history about two young women, Nihal, a spoiled aristocrat used to getting what she wants, and Georgina, a poor bookshop worker used to having nothing, who find they have far more in common, particularly in their struggle for the rights of women and their ability to fight for it with forbidden elemental magic. So, a first in a new Egyptian-inspired fantasy duology, and it's Sapphic? Yeah, please! I believe I already bought this for my library, and I am so excited about this one. And it comes out January 10th. I just love this. I love this dynamic, the spoiled aristocrat and the bookshop worker. I love it. And they're from different places in society, different classes, and they're gonna come together and fight for a common cause and fall in love, and I am so excited. I also love this cover. I think it's awesome, and I really hope it lives up to my expectations. So next we have Bad Cree by Jessica Johns, and it is a debut about a young Cree woman's dreams that lead her on a perilous journey of self-discovery that ultimately forces her to confront the toll of a legacy of violence on her family, her community, and the land they call home. Now, immediately this reminds me of White Horse, which I absolutely adored. I gave that 5 stars. It was such a great book. It was kind of a mystery horror thriller, and it was just amazing. So this does remind me of that a little bit. It comes out January 10th as well. Oh, and it is much shorter than I thought, 272. Okay. So when Mackenzie wakes up with a severed crow's head in her hands, already that's a great start. She panics. Only moments earlier, she had been fending off masses of birds in a snow-covered forest. In bed, where she blinks, the head disappears. Night after night, her dreams return her to a memory from her before her sister Sabrina's untimely death. Okay. But when the waking world starts closing in too, a murder of crows stalks her every move around the city. Mackenzie knows this is more than she can handle alone, traveling north to her rural hometown in Alberta. Okay, so this is set in Canada. Interesting. She finds her family still steeped in the same grief that she ran away to Vancouver to escape. Okay, so interesting. Okay, so I hadn't really read that synopsis either. So this is about this woman trying to solve the mystery of her sister's death, and I feel like this is gonna be awesome. I am already so excited for it. I really need this, and honestly I'm really hoping that it's a book of the month pick for January. I don't know if it will be, but I really hope it is. All right, so that was it for January. Now we start, oh no, January 31st. This is it for January. It is Sorry Bro by Talene Voskouni. Yes, when an Armenian-American woman rediscovers her roots and embraces who she really is. Okay, it is a heartfelt queer rom-com. You know it's sapphic. And of course it's sapphic because this is our February pick for the Sapphic Book Club. I'm reading it with Jess from Books Past Bedtime. Thank you, Jess. Yeah, I'm so excited about this. I absolutely adore this cover. I mean, look at the pomegranates, look at the girls, look at San Francisco. I love it. Yeah, so basically, the gist of this, I have already read the synopsis. The gist of this is that Nar's non-Armenian boyfriend proposes to her in a room full of drunk San Franciscan tech guys, and that is just not the vibe that Nar wants, and she realizes when he does this, like, I need someone who actually understands my idea of love and romance. Like, this is not what I want. So her mom convinces Nar to attend Explore Armenia, which is a month-long series of events in her city. But instead of finding a like wealthy doctor or engineer or anybody mom approved, Nar falls in love with Erabuni, a woman equally immersed in the witchy arts as she is in preserving the Armenian identity. Yes, and so this is about Nar kind of becoming more herself, rediscovering her roots like it says, and embracing herself as a bisexual woman. And I just cannot wait for this. I think this is one of my most anticipated releases of the entire year, not even the first quarter. So I am very much here for this. Okay, now we're on to February. This is Don't Fear the Reaper by Stephen Graham Jones, the Lakewoods trilogy #2. I loved My Heart is a Chainsaw. That was one of my favorite books last year. However, I'm aware that many people did not like it. I don't know, it's something about it. I just loved it. So it follows Jade, who in 2019 returns to the rural lake town of Prufrock the same day as convicted Indigenous serial killer Dark Mill South escapes into town to complete his revenge killings. Okay, I'm very excited about this. So 4 years after her tumultuous senior year, which we read about in the first book, Jade Daniels is released from prison right before Christmas when her conviction is overturned. But life beyond bars takes a dangerous turn when that serial killer comes out, and 36 hours and 20 bodies later on Friday the 13th. What? Oh, okay, I'm so excited. I don't know, Stephen Graham Jones just knows how to write horror. He just knows how to do it. He knows how to write horror that is just really creeping and just chills you to the bone while also having such a great character in Jade. Jade is one of my favorite protagonists that I have read in a long time. So I am so excited for this book. So excited. And this comes out February 7th. And another book that comes out February 7th is End Papers, which is an accessible, character-driven story set in New York City about a genderqueer book conservator who feels trapped by her gender presentation, her ill-fitting relationship, her artistic block. And she discovers a decades-old hidden queer love letter and becomes obsessed with tracking down its author. Yeah, I mean, that sounds amazing without even reading the rest of this. I mean, it's a genderqueer protagonist, which we really don't get that many of. First of all, the cover's also amazing. People are killing it with covers this year. It just sounds awesome. I mean, this is It's a contemporary literary-esque, which is not things that I tend to gravitate towards, but just the vibes of this. Like, one day at work, Dawn finds something hidden behind the end paper of an old book, the torn off cover of a 50s lesbian pulp novel. On the front is a campy illustration of a woman looking into a handheld mirror and seeing a man's face. And on the back is a love letter. I mean, I just love that. I love everything about this book. I just cannot wait for this. This sounds so creative and so interesting, and something I definitely want to get my hands on. Alright, so next we have Frontier, which might sound familiar to you because this was supposed to come out last year and it did not. I don't know what held it up, but this is Frontier by Grace Curtis, which is a queer romance in a high noon standoff with our planet's uncertain future in the mix. The Mandalorian meets Mad Max? Excuse me? With the heart of the Wayfarer series? I need this so much. It is a sci-fi western. I mean, just look at this cover and tell me it doesn't give you Firefly vibes. Like, yes, I love space westerns. There are not enough of them. I am just so excited about this. Yeah, I need this. I really need this. And especially because it was compared to Becky Chambers. I mean, I just think it's gonna be awesome. So, in the distant future, most of the human race has fled a ravaged Earth to find new life on other planets. For those who stayed, a lawless society remains. Ooh, okay. Alright, a ship falls from the sky, bringing the planet's first visitor in 300 years. This stranger is a crew member on the first ship in centuries to attempt a return to Earth, but her escape pod crashes hundreds of miles away from the rest of the wreckage. She finds herself adrift in a ravaged, unwelcoming landscape full of people who hate and fear her. Scared, alone, and armed, she embarks on a journey across the wasteland to return to her ship, her mission, and the woman she loves. Okay, I need this. I need this so badly. I am going to be pre-ordering this. Yeah, it comes out February 14th. How perfect Valentine's Day. I mean, good grief, how perfect. And it is by Solaris, and I need this so badly. You have no idea. Okay, next book comes out February 28th, which is She Is a Haunting. And I actually have a physical arc of this book, which, like, I never have physical arcs of anything. But yeah, I have this, and I am really excited about this book. It's compared to Mexican Gothic, which I liked well enough, so that's interesting. So when Jade arrives in Vietnam for a visit with her estranged father, she has one goal: survive 5 weeks pretending to be a happy family in the French colonial house Ba is restoring. She's always lied to fit in, so if she's straight enough, Vietnamese enough, American enough, she can get out with the college money he promised. Okay, so already it's queer, which, yeah, okay. Thumbs up. The cover's amazing. There's family drama. There is the identity of whether or not she's Vietnamese enough or American enough, that diaspora feeling. But the French colonial house that she's staying in has other plans. She wakes up night after night paralyzed, with the walls exuding a thrumming sound, bugs leaving their legs and feel, ew, oh god, I want to read this. Okay, yeah, it sounds really gross. So that's why it's compared to Mexican Gothic, because the house is kind of alive and haunted. Interesting, okay. At night, Jade can't ignore the ghost of a beautiful bride who leaves her cryptic warnings. Don't eat. Okay, but her sister and her father don't believe anything strange is happening. With help from a delinquent girl, do I hear a little bit of a sapphic romance coming? Jade will prove the house, the home her family has always wanted, will not rest until it destroys them. Okay, yeah, I'm so excited for this. So this is a YA horror. It's actually more horror than I thought it was for some reason. I don't know. I'm very excited about this, and I am so happy that I have a physical arc. Alright, so we have another sequel, or should I say prequel, which is The Day of Fallen Night, which is the prequel to The Priory of the Orange Tree. And I did pre-order this. I am so excited. It comes out February 28th as well. I pre-ordered the special Barnes & Noble edition that is signed, so I'm gonna have a signed copy. I'm so excited. Okay, so it follows Tenuva Melim, who is a sister of the Priory. For 50 years, she is trained to slay worms, but none have appeared since the Nameless One, and the younger generation is starting to question the Priory's purpose. To the north, in the Queendom of Innis, Sabran the Ambitious has married the new king, narrowly saving both realms from ruin. Their daughter trails in their shadow exactly where she wants to be. The dragons of the east have slept for centuries. Dumai has spent her life in a mountain temple trying to wake the gods from their long slumber. Now someone from her mother's past is coming to upend her fate. When the Dread Mound erupts, bringing with it an age of terror, these women must find the strength to protect humankind from a devastating threat. Alright, I'm gonna be honest, I have no idea what any of that meant. One thing I didn't love about the Priory of the Orange Tree is that there were so many points of view that things kind of got a little confusing for me, and I'm kind of scared that this is the same thing that's happening because I already see like 3 main characters, but I'm still really, really excited about this book. I mean, excited enough that I have already pre-ordered it. And this cover, it's so good. Look at this dragon. Look at it. I'm so excited. Okay, yeah, so I'm still very excited about it. All right, so now we move into March with The Mimicking of Known Successes, which is our March pick for the Sapphic Book Club. I am really, really excited about this. This is a private investigator sci-fi, which is kind of something I haven't seen very much before. It reminds me of the Penumbra podcast, except it is sapphic. Hello. It is also a novella, so it's under 200 pages. It comes out March 7th by Tor.com. So Tor.com novellas always have a really good vibe for me, so I'm really excited about this. I also have an arc of this from NetGalley, so we shall see. So this is set on the human colony on Jupiter, where a man goes missing. The investigator Massa follows his trail to the home of the colony's erudite university, and Massa's former girlfriend, a scholar of Earth's pre-collapse ecosystems. Okay, very exciting. So yeah, this is sapphic, like I said. Poleti, who is the girlfriend, has dedicated her research and her career to aiding the larger effort towards a possible return to Earth. But when Massa unexpectedly arrives and requests her assistance in her latest investigation, the two of them embark on a twisting path in which the future of life on Earth is at stake, and their futures together. Yeah, I need this. I really, really need this. Again, like, just, they're killing it with these covers. Kind of reminds me of The Frontier as well, with like kind of not really Western vibes, but I don't know, just something about it just makes me really excited. So, alrighty, 2 more. We have another novella which is just over 100 pages. Comes out March 14th. This is Feed Them Silence by Lee Mandello, where it dives into the minds of wolves. Okay, interesting. I really liked the anime Wolf's Rain, so we'll see. I mean, this cover is very minimal, and I wasn't sure how I felt about it at first, but I think I kind of like it. It is a horror. Oh, sci-fi horror. Okay, and yes, it is also queer as well, of course. So let's see. What does it mean to be in kind with a non-human animal? What does it mean to be in kind with one of the last remaining wild wolves? Okay. Using a neurological interface to translate her animal subject's perception through her own mind. Wow. Dr. Shawn intends to chase both her scientific curiosity and her secret desire to experience the intimacy and freedom of a wolfishness. Interesting. I don't know how I feel about that. Alright. Shawn's tireless research gives her a chance to fulfill that dream, but pursuing it has a terrible cost. Her obsession with work endangers her relationship with her wife, and her research threatens her mind and body. Okay. Interesting. Yeah, I'm glad this is a novella, because I don't know how long I could read about someone wanting to become a wolf. in that way, but we shall see. It's just, I'm very interested in it, and I have been since I heard about its release, so I definitely wanted to include it in this video. Alright, and that again comes out March 14th. And now we are at the last book, which is Made of Stars by Jenna Voris, which is inspired by the story of Bonnie and Clyde. Except it's sci-fi, it's YA, and it's queer, and the cover is awesome. Look at this cover. It just looks awesome. Okay. Yeah, I'm very excited about this. So, Shane and Ava are a team. He steals the aircraft, she charms their mark, and together they take what they need. Not even their distracting chemistry could get in the way, until Shane was caught and left to rot on a prison moon. Now freshly escaped from confinement and simmering with anger, he has his sights set on their biggest job yet. Cyrus has just graduated from the Flight Academy with a shiny new position lined up, reporting to a well-respected general. On his very first assignment, he stops the outlaws in their tracks, or he would have, if the annoyingly handsome Lark hadn't fallen for Ava's deception. Okay, that's awesome. But when Shane uncovers a top-secret plot that would leave his homeworld at the mercy of Cyrus's military leaders, he makes it his mission to thwart them. It isn't long before Shane and Ava make interstellar headlines with each new heist, and thanks to a chance run-in with the rebels, Cyrus is caught between two versions of the truth. He must pick a side, because Shane and Ava will bring the planet to its knees or die trying. Yeah, this sounds awesome. I followed Jenna on Twitter for a good long while. I've seen her kind of journey in writing this, and it comes out March 28th from Viking. I'm just so excited about this. I just love a good sci-fi adventure story, and the fact that this is inspired by Bonnie and Clyde, how much better can you get? I mean, honestly, you really can't get better than that. Alright, so thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Definitely let me know what your most anticipated reads are for January, February, and March, and let me know if you want to read any of the books that I mentioned in this video. So thank you so much. If you liked, please like and subscribe to my channel for more bookish videos, and I'll see you next time. Bye!